I have the initiator of this project right here in the studio with me. I'm talking about Otto Orondam. Hello and welcome to the Corpers show.
Yeah, welcome.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Okay, can we meet you, please?
Okay, my name is Otto Orondam, and I'm a Batch B Corps member serving right here in the city of Lagos. I'm a development knowledge facilitator of the Millennium Development Goal, and I think it's a pleasure being here in the studio with you. And
all right. So, what really gave you the inspiration, to carry out the project like this?
Okay, I guess we know the Millennium Development Goal in Nigeria is one of it's basically a platform where the government is trying to get to achieve lots of goals, basically issues affecting us in the society. And the Slum to School project is basically an intervention to get children, basically orphans and vulnerable children in remote communities and slums who basically, because of financials or cultural challenges, they can't be able to go to school. So the intervention is to get to identify these children and get them enrolled into. Okay.
Now you chose a particular community called Makoko. Why that specific community?
Okay. Serving in Lagos State, I guess most of us know the Third Mainland Bridge, and the Third Mainland Bridge is a place where I got to pass, almost every day. And when you go across this bridge, there's this awful smell that comes from the slum.
Okay.
It was basically because of the smell I could identify there was a place like that. And I was really very curious, and out of curiosity, I made inquiries and got to the community. It was very, very, surprising to find out that such a place, was being, right in the city of Lagos State. Wow. Getting there, I got to discover that lots of these children were not going to school.
Okay.
And I can see over 50% of the children were not going to school.
Okay.
They had the Ilajes, they had the Egun, different cultures, and we had a couple of community sensitizations, advocacy visits to different stakeholders in the communities, talking about the Bales, the community elders and all of that. And eventually, we had to get to begin the Slum to School project,
okay.
Engaging lots of people, corporate organizations, individuals. We had lots of young volunteers who identified with the passion, with the initiative, and we all went to the community, and eventually, it was a success. We were able to enroll 118 children who had never been to schools. A couple of them, 14 years, 15 years, 12 years, they had not been to school.
So basically, you provided scholarships for this children?
Yeah, basically, we provided scholarships. We had the government, we partnered with the government. We had a couple.
Yes, I was going to ask that, how you get your financing.
Yeah, financing was one of the major challenges, because when we looked at the reality of the project, getting these children registered, aside that, providing school kits for them, uniforms, bags, sandals, sportswear, textbooks, notebooks, everything that they were going to need to keep them in school, it was very, very large, So we had to engage lots of people, individuals, corporate organizations. We stay advocacy visits, and eventually all these children are registered in 3 government schools. Okay. They're all on scholarship, and this has been, they all have school kits, everything has been provided. So what we're doing right now is monitoring, evaluating, and mentoring these children. We have community-based volunteers, we have the government task force, we have individual NGOs, and collectively we are monitoring to ensure that they remain in school.
All right. So how were you able to combine your work at your PPA with a personal community development of this magnitude?
Yeah, understanding that the project was a very large one, considering all
it's a very
the
large
logistics,
project,
exactly. I was initially posted to a bank, but for me, I saw the NYC platform as an opportunity to serve, and I mean serve diligently, serve the nation, and I had to discuss with a couple of my schedule officers, local government inspectors, and community development, service officers in the NYC, and told them I really want to do this project. For me, satisfaction will be drawn if after my NYC, service year, I can realize and achieve this project, and I wanted to leave the bank. Okay. Eventually, it was being granted, and I was.
You left the bank?
Yeah, I left the bank, and I was sent to a non-governmental organization where I had to discuss with them, and together, we're able to achieve
so
this.
Now, engaging in this kind of project, or perform this kind of project, you must have faced some challenges while doing this kind of project. What were those challenges?
Yeah, the first challenge, like I said, was considering the project magnitude, my job was not going to permit me. That was the first challenge. So I had to look for a way around it. Secondly, I did a project management course, which gave me lots of knowledge, technically and practically on how to implement the project. One of the major challenges we faced in the community was the fact that they couldn't speak English.
Wow, communication
was a major challenge.
So how were you able to go around that?
So we had to get locals who could understand Pidgin English.
Okay.
Several times when I went to the community, I got volunteers who could understand Yoruba.
Right.
But the challenge was that they could not even speak Yoruba. They spoke, Egun. It's a mixture of different Ilashes, different tribes. But I got one or two community-based volunteers who could understand basic English, Pidgin English, and Yoruba.
Okay. So we don't really have time. Could you please, briefly advise core members who want to perform or do community projects like this, how to go about it? Just briefly, please.
For me, I know when you say national service, it's an opportunity to give back to the society. It's an opportunity to develop the community. Wherever you find yourself, it could be in the north, it could be in the south, it could be in the west, in the east, wherever. The main objective, which I think is a very key part of the NYC program, is impacting the society. And for me, every core member who is serving should try to find something meaningful, something to contribute to the development of this nation. Imagine we have over 100,000, I'm sure close to 200,000 core members serving each year. If each core member can just pick up a project, a personal community development project, and just do something, you can imagine how fast development will be. So my advice to you core members out there is just get to engage yourself and basically impact in the society. And for corporate organizations, I think we should, it's high time we started, supporting core members. I think the NYC scheme is one of the best platforms, to get to realize the Millennium Development Goals, which we have the target by 2015. And it's high time we started doing something.
All right, it's high time we started doing something. Those are the words of Otto Orandam, the initiator of the Slum to School project. It's a very, very big project. Very, very, it's inestimable.